get that lens removed.
Okay. You guys ready?
And they're very cool people.
This should Ken has be quickest and or easiest change up ever.
I will kill myself if this is over 10 minutes.
I think it might be like 8 minutes, but so don't kill yourself.
It's over 10 minutes.
That's right.
I can't have
Me,
you.
stop it! Stop!
Okay, I don't have anything to change up.
Cool. Well, there's a bunch of things in awareness.
Actually, I do.
Okay, hold on. There's a bunch of things in awareness. I just want to first look at implementation stuff because there's not much there to move over. So, the awareness of doors, the threshold of quiet room. Timo, I saw you remind people of that yesterday. Thank you. I think that we're still like definitely not masters of that, and that we should continue practicing. Is that okay with you guys?
What?
To continue practicing, like being aware of when you step into the quiet room, when you step into the back room.
Yeah,
to not
we need to practice that.
Okay, Jacob, you cool with that?
Everybody's
Completely.
been terrible with that.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I understand like why that happens. It's because
We
it
are
often,
an awesome school.
That's true, and also because the energy at the end of the day is normally like everybody's focused on stuff. Then we break that to clean up, and everyone's like and goes to the back room. So like, it's definitely something we need to be aware of in practice. 21. We're definitely masters of that.
21.
Just looking at practicing stickies too, and seeing if there's
Oh my
anything that
God.
we've mastered. I think the only one that I see that was possible is that, but
I haven't had to talk to people about jumping on couches recently. The pillow fights has been a thing still, but couches jumping
It's getting slightly better.
has been
Yeah.
better.
Slowly but surely.
Stealing personal items has been better.
yeah,
We've
actually,
been really good at
I don't think anyone's
doing
done that in 2 weeks.
And he ruined it.
That darn guy.
Who ruined
That
it?
darn
Is
Timo.
that
The guy came in and stole stuff.
So we can move that to
Screw him.
mastery.
Yeah, you guys
if
cool on
2
that?
weeks is a solid track record for us.
I think 2 weeks is like a good.
I have something to change though.
Okay.
I was supposed to stop using this whiteboard for writing on. It is almost impossible to easily wipe off anything from there.
That
Like, I
can
request
be.
we either put a new coat or
That's what needs
get
to
a
be done.
projector screen that can hang over it, or
I think we still have some whiteboard
I like
paint.
that.
We can check that. Aiden, Abby, and I can see if it's still in the back.
then
If
we
we
can
don't,
get.
let's
Oh, man, is there any such thing as spray paint for whiteboard paint? Spray
I don't know.
paint?
Maybe.
I think it's too thick for that kind
Yeah.
of a nozzle, but we could check.
There's magnetic paint, there's blackboard paint, and there's whiteboard paint that I know of for sure.
I also
Um,
kind of
Oh
we
my
put magnetic paint and then whiteboard paint over it and do
I
magnetic.
thought of that last year, dude. In fact, I wanted to do that on the game shift or the chalkboard in our spawn point because that one is not magnetic. This one is, and so to make that a better game shifting board, we could put magnetic paint and then either blackboard or whiteboard paint over it. So that's
What is
something.
blackboard paint?
It's like that, except it would feel like this, and you can draw it with chalk.
Huh.
I did one of those in my old apartment. Actually, it was pretty cool. We had like fake brick, and I painted it over that.
I
Draw
really
it with
hate
chalk.
chalk.
Yeah, it's much more
It's my
messy.
phobia.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just hate the sound it
Alright,
makes.
wait, hold on.
I love the sound. Makes
Okay,
everybody
let's
unhappy
not talk about, like,
uncomfortable even looking
sounds
at
on
it.
a chalkboard.
What? This makes me uncomfortable even
It
looking
makes
at
me
it.
really uncomfortable.
Hey Aiden, there's one thing in implementation
I like it.
about your
I like it.
DJing cleanup, which
Yeah, well, I decided to.
You are
I request doing that no matter
but I feel like you haven't been
You
like
haven't
doing
been.
it every
people
day.
unhappy.
It makes me
I request
unhappy.
we stop doing that. I think.
I mean, we kind of have stopped doing
And it's
it.
been better when we aren't. Now that we tried it for like a day.
Would you like to make it a not official thing?
What?
Hey, you can just do it when you like remember or feel like it.
You don't want to do it?
Do what? Do what?
Okay.
Do what?
Motion.
Put it
Is,
done.
uh,
Put it done.
Oh, okay. That's true because he did do it a couple times.
Oh, by the way, I found out that we're actually supposed to put the stickies instead of in awareness
Yeah.
in today. For
Oh, for these?
yeah.
Oh, and then they move into awareness when we.
Cool.
unless, like, okay, for example, this one, Timo, was already there, conflict resolution process steps, because we talked about it last week, but it's nothing we have to implement, because it's already in, or on the board out there, so, like, that would stay here, but like all these, I agree. There's this one here from Luca about a new hand gesture. I'm gonna hold off on that because I actually kind of want him to talk about that one. There's security measures and awareness, which like we've had some informal conversations about.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, Tim.
we said we talked about it and changed it this week.
Yeah. So, hey, Merrick. So I'm down to talk about that if you guys want. I think so far what we've decided on is getting the key code thing for the door, and we're gonna do a project to like build that. Geva has volunteered to come in and help us with that, especially if it's some sort of Arduino thing, and we're set to go to the Spy store next week sometime that Jack wants to schedule it for. So, is there anything else we need to discuss beyond that regarding security measures? I'm gonna keep that in awareness since it's an ongoing conversation, but
I think that's, I'm just saying for my own opinion, I think that's enough, really, in terms of security measures.
meaning
That
like
I'm
the
just
key
keeping a
code thing.
vigilant eye, I mean, for
Okay.
like, people will come in unannounced.
What if somebody forgets two things of where they forget what the code is?
Well, if you forget what the code is, it's not a big deal because there'll be people in the school that can let you in. The code is only.
I also like the idea of a code because then we could like get in no matter. So then we could like get in at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think I would request that you don't come in that early because.
Okay.
I request we write a program that's
5:01.
hooked up to a clock, and you can only come in so early.
I mean, we want to give you the ability to enter and leave this space at will, but with that comes the responsibility and expectation to recognize that if you're in this space and like you fall and break your leg and you're here at 5 a.m. so there aren't any grown-ups here, like that's not gonna end so well for us
I
or
request
for the
we make
school.
the passcode 5819.
Dude, listen. Maybe. The other thing is like, I feel like I don't even always feel comfortable being the only person here, especially if it's like super early in the morning or late at night because, you know, like I might trip or like something might fall on me or like, you know, and if there's no one else here to like help me, that's kind of scary. Yeah, Scully.
I have two other things.
Okay.
They may be a disaster. Someone forgets to not that you can't tell anybody, like a stranger off the street, the code.
You're saying it would be a disaster if someone forgot that and told a stranger off the street the code?
Yeah.
But
Like
why
walked
would
up to a
anybody?
stranger and was like, "Oh, excuse me, the code to my school is 1310. Okay, bye."
Yeah, that
Like,
seems like a
that's
pretty
really-
bad idea.
I have another incident. What if the little code thing breaks and we can never go in even if we do the right code?
So that is a legitimate concern, but I think what will be in place is that you can use a key. Normally with those like key code things, there's an actual physical key that if it like runs out of battery or if you forget the code, that you can do. And actually there's usually a way to reset it too. Either with like some sort of like little key fob or like by holding down certain combinations of buttons. So yeah, let's just jump in, you guys.
Oh,
I think that if we make an Arduino key, it should not work until 8 o'clock in the morning. And I think that there should be like a button that just that when we press it, the next 4 digits we type in on the keypad will be the new digits.
I see. So like if you hold down pound or something.
That's no way to reset. There is usually a way to reset. Yeah, I mean, so I think Kev is looking into what, like, getting us. Hey, Aiden, can you please try to focus while we're in meeting?
Yeah, change that.
But yeah, so no, if you want to consult with Geva on that, I think these sound like good things. Have an awareness.
So as long as you guys are feeling clear on the keypad is like a good measure, I think we should leave that security measures thing in awareness and we can talk about it again next week. And okay.
Where would you also keep the key? Like, you know, we talked about like a secondary key or something like that.
Oh, you mean that like would work if it like ran out of battery type thing?
Yeah, like where would we keep it?
I don't know. We might have to find like a hiding place or something like that. But
One of us would probably just have it.
yeah, and that's the other thing. Abby and I would probably both have a copy on our key ring, since we generally get here first and leave last.
I've
So
gotten your
sometimes
first thoughts.
I know.
I've
I
gotten
said
your
I said
first
generally,
thoughts.
not always. Okay, so these two things worth talking about now and leaving an awareness. I think we should maybe wait on these because I have a feeling that these apply to people mostly that aren't here.
Can we ask
There's-
her yet?
Yeah, there's two things in awareness. One is doing your cleanup job early when leaving early, and really, Scotty would be the only person here that really applies to on most days, or on any days, like when you leave for,
Goes on that.
yeah, but you generally do your job before you leave, so.
I'm leaving early
Okay, so that applies to you today then.
today.
I want this to be in people's awareness because on like certain days, like Jack will leave early, and Scott will leave early, and then like
Tuesdays.
yeah Tuesdays,
Big
and
day.
Logan's not here that day, so it's like a
On
cleanup
Tuesdays,
time.
I will leave early.
Right, exactly. So just like keep this in your awareness that if you're leaving early, like do your job before you leave, and you could literally do it at any time. Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Tim. Also, we have accessibility of toilets. I'm going to leave this in awareness again, but someone's been locking the doors and crawling out underneath, as you know, and you know because you've helped me open them a couple times. I don't understand who's doing that or like what their motivation is, but
Are they still doing it?
I don't know. But as of, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, at the end of the day, I went to use the bathroom and both doors were locked and I had to use a screwdriver to pop them open. So
Oh yeah, that was two.
You could have climbed under.
I could have, but I don't really want to like put my face that close to the bathroom floor.
That was Tuesday because Jack and Tiny.
They did it?
Yeah.
Jack was complaining about it, about having to unlock it, and was asking for it to be talked about so that we could
Yeah.
find who was doing it and ask them to stop.
Oh well, I don't mean like on like every other day.
In
If that's
general.
Yeah, I was
I
just
don't mean
saying
like
in
in
general.
general, just on Tuesday. That was
I'll say this directly to the camera. In general, please don't do that. Because it's really annoying. Okay, cool. Also, Timo, I don't know if discussing this today
You
would
heard
be
him.
most beneficial because there aren't people here, but if you want to, I'll give you that option.
Basically, my idea is that we could all close our eyes during the gratitude meeting, and except for the person whose candle it is, and then the person whose candle it is can hand the stick to anybody who is like this, and if they have a stick, they talk, and then when they're done, they just like put the stick like on their lap so that the person with the candle can take it again.
You want to beta test that today?
Yeah.
Oh crap!
He's
You're not gonna
leaving
be here.
early.
Yeah, it won't be here for
Beta
that.
test next week.
Or I will,
More
dude.
focused.
So let's, can we beta test that on Monday?
I don't. So should we put an implementation?
Yes. I mean, I want to do that. I think it's an awesome idea, and I think it'll foster good jump-in awareness, and also, like,
Using the stick.
what?
Why was we using the stick?
Yes, but if you're not actually, like, looking... Hey, dude, don't point that at Mary's face, please. If you're actually, like, not looking at people, but you have to, like, have your eyes closed, you'll be thinking more about what you're going to say, hopefully, and not about, like, oh, I'm going to grab the stick, or, like, oh, Scott's doing that, or, like, oh, Logan's doing a headstand, and, like, getting unfocused from the meeting. So anyway, yes, I think we should put this in implementation. Is that
I think
Aiden,
has
Ascani, Jacob?
I agree.
Alright.
Aiden?
I don't know.
I have
Yeah,
good
it's just-
sense about
I
it.
want to.
You have a bad sense about it? Why?
Just do.
Okay.
Even
Well, we'll
if
see.
that says no.
That's why we can practice for a week, and or implement it for a week. If it doesn't work, then do something else.
Beta test is beta test.
I think I'm clear, except that I want to mention, to put in your awareness, that yesterday Abby filed and actually on both of our behalves, filed a culture committee form, specifically about afternoon meeting, but about sort of meetings in general, and respecting those, and respecting people who are talking and have the stick. As you guys probably noticed yesterday, I had to tell a couple people multiple times, or ask people a couple times to respect the stick and to respect people that are talking, and it's just getting frustrating because it's happening over and over again, and I feel like we've regressed a little bit with that. So we're gonna have a culture committee meeting for everyone in the school around that, and we're gonna wait till Monday now because there's, as you can see, not enough people here to warrant having it today. So just wanted to put that in your awareness, and I think that I am clear. Abby, you have anything else?
Don't. I think Aiden and Tim both said they had stuff. I don't know if they covered what you wanted to talk about.
Gemma?
The security measure thing, which we talked about, and the closed eye thing for my things, but I thought Aiden had something to say about the closed eye thing.
Okay.
Oh, actually, technically we didn't approve putting the wax on the stick and change it, but that is.
Unofficial applications.
We'll just go with what Abby says. What I'm saying is, look, you can push it
And I
like
can
this
find
so that your hat looks gold.
something carving kits.
Oh, that's okay. So we need knives, you're saying?
Yeah.
We can use some of the knives we have, / go look at what they have down in the
Silver
kitchen.
better? Which is
We
like
might
an
actually have
chain.
enough up here.
Yeah, I mean, serrated ones work better, right?
Yeah.
Than